Imagine a single domino standing tall. It seems insignificant, right? Just a small piece of plastic or wood standing alone, seemingly without purpose or impact. But what if I told you that this tiny object holds the potential to create a powerful chain reaction? Now, picture a whole line of dominoes perfectly arranged, each one meticulously placed, waiting for that one moment. The anticipation builds as you realize that a single touch can set off a sequence of events. You gently tip the first one. What happens? With just a slight nudge, the first domino begins to fall. It's a simple action, yet it holds the power to initiate a cascade. A chain reaction of falling dominoes unfolds before your eyes. One by one they topple, each one influencing the next. It's mesmerizing to watch, isn't it? This is the magic of interconnectedness. This is the essence of a tipping point, a small action triggering a massive effect. Tipping points are everywhere. They are the moments when a minor change can lead to a significant impact, altering the course of events dramatically. They explain why some trends explode while others fizzle. In a bustling city, a new fashion trend might suddenly take off, or a market trend might shift dramatically. These tipping points can be seen in social behaviors, economic changes, and even technological advancements. Think about the products you use, the ideas you share, and the innovations you embrace. Each of these has a tipping point, a moment when they went from being unknown or unpopular to becoming widespread and influential. Even the way you dress. Fashion trends often start with a few early adopters before reaching a tipping point where they become mainstream. It's fascinating to see how quickly something can go from niche to ubiquitous. Behind each phenomenon lies a tipping point, a moment when a critical mass is reached and everything changes. It's the point of no return, where momentum builds and the change becomes unstoppable. Understanding tipping points helps us grasp the dynamics of change in our world. Remember hush puppies? Those suede shoes your grandpa might have worn in the early 1990s, they were practically dead. Sales were dismal. But then something fascinating happened. A few cool kids in New York City started wearing them, ironically. Suddenly hush puppies were hip. Fashion magazines featured them, celebrities sported them. This small group of influencers triggered a tipping point. Sales skyrocketed, turning a dying brand into a national sensation. This is the power of the tipping point in action. So what sparks these dramatic shifts? I've identified 3 key factors, or rules, that contribute to a tipping point. I call them the law of the few, the stickiness factor, and the power of context. These elements work together to create the perfect storm for change. Understanding these rules can help you decipher why trends take off. More importantly, it empowers you to become an agent of change. You can use these principles to spread your ideas, launch a movement, or even just make a difference in your community. The first rule, the law of the few, highlights the outsized influence of certain individuals. These aren't necessarily the rich and famous, but rather people with specific social gifts. They are the connectors, mavens, and salesmen of the world. Connectors are the social butterflies, bringing people together. Mavens are information specialists, passionate about sharing their knowledge. Salesmen are persuasive communicators, convincing others to adopt their views. These individuals are often the igniting force behind tipping points, spreading messages far and wide. The second rule, the stickiness factor, emphasizes the importance of a memorable message. Think about a catchy jingle or a powerful slogan. These messages stick in your mind, making them easier to recall and share. For an idea to reach a tipping point, it must be sticky. It needs to resonate with people, prompting them to remember and share it with others. By crafting compelling narratives, using vivid imagery, and adding an element of surprise, you can make your message unforgettable. Section 6, the power of context, broken windows, broken rules. The final rule, the power of context, underscores the influence of our environment. Small changes to the context can have a dramatic impact on behavior, often in unexpected ways. Consider the broken windows theory. In a neighborhood where graffiti and vandalism are tolerated, crime tends to flourish. However, cleaning up the environment and enforcing order can create a sense of safety and encourage positive behavior. Context matters. Section 7, tipping your world. Be the change you want to see. This section is all about taking the principles we've discussed and putting them into action in your own life. It's about becoming the catalyst for the change you wish to see around you. Now that you understand the rules of the tipping point, how can you apply them in your own life? Think about the small actions that can lead to significant changes. These actions might seem minor at first, but they can accumulate and create a ripple effect that influences others. Start by identifying your passions and goals. What drives you? What are you deeply passionate about? These are the areas where you can make the most impact because your enthusiasm will be contagious. Whether it's health, education, the environment, or social justice, your passion can inspire others to join you. What changes do you want to see in your workplace, community, or the world at large? Visualize the positive outcomes you desire. This could be a cleaner environment, a more inclusive community, or a more innovative workplace. The clearer your vision, the easier it will be to communicate it to others. Once you have a clear vision, think about the 3 rules: the law of the few, the stickiness factor, and the power of context. These rules will guide you in strategizing your actions. Who are the key influencers you need to reach? These are the people who can help amplify your message. They could be community leaders, social media influencers, or even friends and family who are passionate about the same issues. How can you make your message sticky and memorable? Think about the elements that make a message resonate. It could be a compelling story, a powerful image, or a catchy slogan. The more memorable your message, the more likely it is to spread. What contextual factors might help or hinder your efforts? Consider the environment in which you're operating. Are there external factors that could support your cause, like a growing public awareness of the issue? Or are there obstacles you need to overcome, such as limited resources or opposition from others? By strategically addressing these elements, you can increase your impact. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process that requires persistence and dedication. But with the right approach, you can be the change you want to see in the world. Section 8, small shifts, big waves making a difference. Remember, you don't need to be a celebrity or a CEO to create a tipping point. The power to make a difference lies within each of us, regardless of our status or position in life. It's the small, consistent actions that often lead to the most significant changes. Every one of us has the potential to spark change. A single conversation, whether it's with a friend, a family member, or even a stranger, can plant the seed of an idea that grows into something much larger. It's these everyday interactions that can lead to a collective shift in thinking and behavior. A well-timed act of kindness, no matter how small, can have a profound impact on someone's day and sometimes their entire outlook on life. These moments of compassion and empathy can inspire others to act similarly, creating a chain reaction of positive deeds. Or a compelling idea shared online can have a ripple effect reaching far beyond our immediate circle. In today's digital age, a single post, tweet, or video can go viral, spreading a message of hope, awareness, or change to millions of people around the world, spreading outwards in ways we may never fully comprehend. The impact of our actions can extend far beyond what we can see or measure, influencing people and communities in ways we might never know. Don't underestimate the power of small actions. Planting a tree, picking up litter, or volunteering your time can all contribute to a larger movement towards sustainability and community well-being. By understanding the principles of the tipping point and applying them thoughtfully, we can strategically focus our efforts where they will have the most impact. This means being mindful of the timing, context, and audience for our actions and messages. We can all contribute to creating a better world, one small step at a time. Whether it's through community service, environmental conservation, or simply spreading positivity, every action counts, one domino at a time. Each small action we take can set off a chain reaction, leading to significant and lasting change. So let's embrace our potential to make a difference, and together we can create a ripple effect that transforms our world for the better. Section 9, your ripple starts now. The world is brimming with possibilities, waiting for someone to tip the scales. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of challenges we face. But remember, every great movement, every groundbreaking innovation, every positive social change started with a single step. Your ripple starts now. Embrace the power of the tipping point, identify your passions, craft your message, and connect with others. You might be surprised by the impact you can create, one small change at a time.